All right, we've got one more comic left, but first of all, let's have another big can for Francesca and Rob. All right, did everybody enjoy the coffee, teas, desserts at the Bellmore Bean? We're all going to come out next year in 2014 and do some more funny and buy more stuff from here. Okay, our final comedian of the night is a very funny young lady. Actually, we've been friends on Facebook for a little bit, but we're first meeting now. She comes from Elmont. She schlepped all the way over here and sat through 36 comics in 4 hours and 20 minutes. So show us some love, the very funny Helene Witt.
Yeah! He never even saw me and he's putting his neck out for me. I appreciate that. Thank you all for being here. Did you notice there were people in the front and now slowly but surely everyone's in the back talking and not listening? But I'm a school teacher also, so I'll make sure you all behave yourself. No need for the speech, they're behaving themselves. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Is that the love child of Barry Manilow and Barbara Streisand? Oh, I moved. The lady's filming me, thank you. Well, I just wanted to say that the lady who was the school teacher and getting older had like a lot of good jokes like mine, so I'm going to do some other material first. I don't know why I had to tell you that either. So this is what I came to talk to you about. When I was teaching school, it was the end of the 60s towards the early 70s, and if you're young, you know, you go to a party, you want to be hip, and I went to a party during that period of time, and I was also getting called to substitute teach. Now, when you think about it, why would a school call somebody who just got out of college when they could be calling substitutes that they called all year? But it was May, towards June, the end of the year, and they called me to come substitute teach. But as I said, I was going to these parties, and I wanted to be cool, but they offered me a Quaalude. And I took the Quaalude in my hand, and I made believe I was going to take it, but I opened my Midol jar, which is what women take when they have cramps, which is not cool to have at a party, and a big pocketbook, which is not cool, but I had that. So I opened the Midol jar, I put the Quaalude on top of the cotton ball, and put my Midol away. So the next day I get called to substitute teach at, this was such a tough school, the school colors were black and blue, and dried blood red. Very tough school. And this is how the kids learn how to read. Run, Spot, run. Dick's got a gun. Spot is a pit bull. Run, Spot, run. And those were the 10th graders. But they give me a first grade class. I walk in, and this kid's like, hey, T-Bird, what up? Slap me 5. I thought I was at 125th in Lexington. Yep. Oh, I was at 125th in Lexington. So it was first grade. I couldn't believe my eyes. This kid's breaking the sharpener, and nobody's listening to me. But I managed to get through the morning, and in the afternoon, I felt cramps. Well, what did I have in my pocketbook, ladies? My Midol. So I go for my Midol. I take a Midol, and about 20 minutes later, I still have cramps, but my fingers are tingling. Oh, my goodness. As you can imagine, I took the Quaalude. So it was my first day at the school, and all of a sudden, nothing bothered me anymore. I was bumping into these stacks of books like I was a human pinball machine, and the kid who was breaking the sharpener, I went, look, boys and girls, a future engineer. And I couldn't talk, so I asked this little girl to read. So I said, here, read, what do you call that, Green Eggs and Ham. So she stands up, and she's the only kid in this first grade at the end of the year who could even read. So she stands up, and she goes, Sam, I am. I go, stop! She's reading to the class! And she says, shut up, I'm trying to read. So it was like 2:30. Instead of getting the homework on the board and getting them all dressed, I just said, let's get out of here. And they never called me to teach at that school again. But, true story, it's like my first week, my first week of teaching, but I was going to say retarded. I'm retired now, just like that other lady, and, you know, when you're getting older, you notice things in the mirror, and you have to laugh about it, otherwise you'd feel pretty depressed. So I look in the mirror, I go, crow's feet? You got a hen house going on here. And then I say, ladies, do you have any varicose veins all of a sudden? You notice that? Well, you don't, but I do. So I look up, I go, varicose veins, roadmap to adventure. Yeah, roadmap to where? The Sherwood Forest or the Great Forest? It really has a better ending. I thought of it in the car today, but I forgot what that ending is. Which reminds me, I was driving on the Southern State and I saw a license plate. It says, "My boss is a Jewish carpenter." I said, "Holy mackerel, that lady works for my father." Do you ever see on the TV, you know, I'm retired now, so I watch TV all day. Sorry, that's you paying for my pension. I'm sorry about that. No, not really. Thank you. I thought that offended people, so I'm glad someone liked it. I use it pretty often. Anyway, they have a commercial that says, "Just because you're a victim doesn't mean you have to suffer." It does. It does. And here's another joke I wrote. The cuckoo on my biological clock is wearing Depends. I'm going to take you with me. I really appreciate, he said I was from Elmont. I wasn't from Elmont, but I did move to Flushing, where the Asians live. In fact, I wanted to tell you this. On Christmas, I'm Jewish, and there were a lot of Muslims in my neighborhood and Asian people. So usually you see someone and you try to be friendly, so you say Merry Christmas. You were talking about Kwanzaa, that was funny. So I'm ready to say Merry Christmas to my neighbors, and I'm thinking, he doesn't celebrate Christmas, I don't celebrate Christmas. And you know how Jews always go to the Chinese restaurant and go to the movies on Christmas? Guess what else the people in our neighborhood could do? You won't believe this. The 24-hour laundromat has a sign, "We're open on Christmas." So there's a third thing people in Flushing could do. And I know you really don't care about that because you live in the friggin' suburbs here. Okay, I just want to tell you, I am Jewish and I was married to a Chinese guy. And we had 3 New Years. We had first we have the American New Year's, fireworks. Then, like February, you have your Chinese New Year's, fireworks. Then you wait for the Jewish New Year to come along. No fireworks unless you eat my Aunt Esther's Lakshan Kugel. Then there are fireworks. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Oh, good.
Yes, did you? What?